Hey, everybody, this is Sherry Ferguson with the Portland Chamber of Commerce here on your Portland Connection. We're coming live. I know we've not been live in about 3 or 4 weeks. So, talking a little bit again here with TCAT of Portland. So, welcome, Tim and Jeff. You want to, each of you, let's start with Tim. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do there at TCAT.
Yeah, I'm Tim Austin. I'm the instructor for the building construction technologies. Try to help these students as they come in learn a little more. A lot of them have the basics on construction down, where they've had a couple of classes in high school, but just to try to teach them a lot more of the basics and instruct on safety, on the use of tools and everything. But I worked in the construction field from 1982 up until 2019. So done a lot of everything, and trying to give that information to the students as well. A lot of the hard knocks things I found out, try to cut that out of their way.
Hopefully they don't have to learn the same how to go about things by trial and error. You can teach them the right way to do that. Then.
That's what I hope to do.
Yes. Well, Jeff, tell us a little bit about you and tell us about TCAT. Number one, I always call it TCAT, but you might explain TCAT and what we have, because we're very fortunate that you're here in Portland.
Thank you. So my name is Jeff Cockrell. So I'm the programs coordinator here for the Portland campus. We're the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. We're actually a satellite campus of Nashville. So here in Tennessee, we have 27 TCATs. We come under the Tennessee Board of Regents along with 13 community colleges. So glad to be here. We have a great group of people here, great faculty, and Tim's one of our great instructors here. In fact, he oversees our newest program here. Be glad to talk with you about that today.
Well, again, we are so fortunate to have TCAT here in Portland. One great thing about the school is that all of the classes are hands-on. It's something that students can come in and in a fairly short amount of time, leave with skills that they can go into and actually do have a career in that. So. And the one that we're talking to today is Tim is going to tell us a little bit about his program. But I was very impressed when I went in and I noticed that you had these walls built where you're pulling electrical wire and you're showing all different, putting in windows. So there's different walls set up where they're learning hands-on again during COVID. I know it's very difficult to be able to do online training. So tell us about the different elements that you do, and then tell us about what you've got going on in the back of the outside part of the building.
Well, we've got out back. Well, I'll just go with that first. Out back, we've got about a 16 by 12 utility building that we're building out there. And that way it encompasses everything that you would do in any type, if you're building a residential home or even commercial work, when you learn the basics of framing and how to build a structure. And we've got the sides up and a few windows in, fixing to start on the roof, and everything should have that finished hopefully by the end of this trimester, which is the 16th of December. And there inside, we've got a few other little projects. It's what we call a little pod system, and it encompasses everything where you can have the interior and the exterior, just a few square feet of each inside the building, where in normal construction, if you're working outside at range, you're shut down. So we've got it's just a little model, but a full scale model. So that's it. Just if you can get the basics to that, and that's what I try to teach the boys, that we need to slow down, take your time, get the basics down right, then you can expand on that. And everything comes from that, from just a simple cut with nothing more than a handsaw and a few hand tools. You can go from building a utility shed to a high rise. There's a lot in between, but you have to start with the basics to be able to step forward.
Well, I know, again, when I went and saw the different elements that they are able to participate in, I was very impressed with that. I also noticed you had desks, so there's an actual instruction time. Everything that we do, it takes a learning, whether it's the safety part or whether it's how to properly figure how much material you're going to need for a project and things like that. So there are things where it's not all hands on. You do have to do some book work. But I do feel like that this is one of those careers that people can get, and then the end, it's endless what they can do. They can just move into several different areas with the building construction.
Yes, that's it, and that's one of the things with all that in the book work. I know the guys, they look at me and they roll their eyes, but the thing is the other day we were sitting in there. I said, "Let me just use this for an analogy." So I grabbed a book and laid it down in front of one of them. I said, "If you study, you know what's in that book, and I take that book away from you. I didn't take your knowledge away from you. You have that. Nobody can take that. When you do the time to do a little work and get the knowledge, nobody can take that knowledge away from you. It's just something."
That's right. That's right. And it is very good for them to sit and have that knowledge, but it's also so amazing that they can go in and hands-on actually build a storage building or build a wall, put in a window, put in a door. And I think that the skills that they're learning again are just valuable. Now, let's talk a little bit about October the 10th. The chamber is working on a fall festival. So we're going to have a festival where we'll have pumpkins, we'll have tailgating. We have a pumpkin patch. Kids can come pick a pumpkin out and do some painting on that. But you guys are working on a project for us that I'm very excited about. I kind of threw you a ball and I just said, this is what we want, go for it. And you guys designed and constructed. So talk a little bit about that project.
Yeah, well, that's we came up with it. First, we looked at it. It was a little bit larger than we thought. We thought we could build the top of it, but it's a pumpkin tower. And basically, what it is, it's shaped like a tree, where that we can use the shelves and we can just display pumpkins on it up to about 8 foot. The one we have built, the model that you were so impressed with, and we're going to build another one like that. So we can probably, I think, if my math works right, about 150 pumpkins somewhere in there to be displayed on them. It's just like a pumpkin tree, like a Christmas tree.
Well, and it's going to be a great time for people to come and take pictures and just add so much to the festival with the farmers and everybody being able to display the pumpkins. Everybody always looks for a photo op, whether it's with the strawberry crate or one of the murals. But this time we're going to have the pumpkin tower, and we are so thankful that you guys did work towards. I found one on the internet. I had no idea how to build it, had nothing. I just said, do something like this. And you guys made it happen. So it's great. So with your class, so right now you said that you have two different levels of people in your class. You have the people that have been there for a little bit longer, so they're at a different stage. Then you have your beginner class that people are coming through with that. So how long does this class last, or the course last, and can they speed that process up, or does everybody go through at the same time?
Well, it's hands-on learning, but it's also self-progression. If you can advance through it, you can move along a little further. We'll still have to have so many. You have to have so many hours to complete the 20-month course. It's like 2,160 clock hours, but just to get that time in. Now, everyone can speed through it, and it's learn at your own pace. That's what the beauty of the TCAT is. You learn at your own pace, where it's college and everything else. You have everything designed. You can get through there a little faster, but it's hands-on and just getting the practice of it and knowing what you do. We also, after about half the hours, we can try to come up, and we have been with some co-ops where students can work and get credit for school some, but work and understand what it's going to be like on the job site. And that there's a lot I can prepare them for, but until they're out there day in and day out, it's it's just, wow, we know. It's like, well, you do and you don't. So.
Right. And everything is different. This is one of those that it's not a cookie cutter. If you're going into a house and taking out windows, they're not all the same windows, and they're not all everything doesn't fit into a mold. So you're teaching them the basics, but they also have to do critical thinking on their own to find out how to do a project, kind of how to make that work.
They have to do adjustments. And I told them a big thing of your worth out in the workforce is also tied to, are you a problem solver? Can you, when you run up into a problem, can you solve that problem? Or do you have to get somebody else? If you're the one that takes the answers for the problems to your supervisor or whatever, lets them know, hey, we can do this. It's like, that's a good idea. And then if you're one of 30 working on a project and it's construction, projects always come to an end and people are let go and things like that. If you're one that can solve the problems and you show your value to an employer, you're more than likely going to stay there.
Yes.
So it's a lot that just solve the problems. Not only doing that, solve the problems. Don't worry about what it is. If no one's hurt or nothing's damaged, you can always fix everything. So.
Well, Jeff, I know that you mentioned that this was one of the newer courses. So how long has this course been here at Portland, the Portland campus?
Yeah, so this is year 2. And so we have spots available still in building and construction technology right now. So most of our programs are full for the fall semester, but if people wanting to get in, we still have some spaces available for building and construction technology and a couple of other programs. We have a little bit of space left. And the way the building industry is going right now, this is just a great skill, great program to get into.
It is. I know that everywhere that you go, if I need construction done at my house, I want to build a deck, if I want to do something, you can't find anybody to do it. They are swamped. So they're all looking for, so it's a great career to get into right now because, again, they're looking for people. And if they can come in with some knowledge that you guys are able to provide them, then it's going to be a win-win for the construction company. So do you guys partner with those construction companies to help place these people once they go through the program?
We do have some arrangements. Tim is developing some partnerships with various companies and individuals, and like Tim mentioned, we do have the co-op option for students as well. That way, once they complete 50% of their work here, then they can co-op, and that way they get that hands-on, on-the-job training as well as they're getting their school work done here at the same time.
Well, I do think that once we get to where, so right now people can't come and tour your facility. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And so I would encourage anyone to go on our website. You can go to the Quick Links tab and you can do a virtual tour. But anyway, we can't allow visitors on campus at the moment. But if you got any questions, give us a call. If you're really interested in the program, we'd be glad to talk with you about that. And so you can reach us here at 325-5575.
Well, also another point to that is they may not be able to go in and tour the campus. You have the links on there that they can do that to look online to kind of get a virtual tour. But one thing that people also need to know is a lot of people can come to TCAT practically free. There's programs out there with the state of Tennessee and the federal programs, and there's enough money that they're allowing these people to change careers and go for free. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, thank you so much. So we have the Tennessee Promise, of course, for high school graduates, and Tennessee Reconnect, for those 25 and older. So if you're a Tennessee resident, you've been in the state for at least a year. You don't have a college degree, so you get 2 years, tuition assistance there. Also, there are other programs that can help in addition to that. For example, if you're a SNAP participant, they have a skill up program to provide additional funds for textbooks, supplies, and so forth.
Well, I know college and it's very expensive. You know, we finish degrees, whether they're TCAT, 2-year degrees, 4-year degrees. Many people have ended with a large debt, and it takes many years to pay those off. And to think that you could come through here and get a skill and get put into a job within, what's your program, 18 months? Is it a 20 months? And free. Have no debt when you're done. It's amazing to me that the state of Tennessee has something so great to offer.
Oh yeah. It's a wonderful opportunity for people, and I mean, we have students right now who, you know, they were in a career and they decided they wanted to change careers for whatever reason, and so it's a good opportunity to come if you're wanting to change careers, or if you're just wanting to, you know, advance and just bring your skill level to another level.
Well, and you guys have the building and construction course. What other courses do you offer there, and certificates?
Yeah, we have administrative office technology, advanced manufacturing, computer information, cosmetology, machine tool, practical nursing, welding, and like I said, for the fall semester, most of those programs are full right now. However, Tim does have spots available because we're only in week 2 now of the fall semester. So if anyone is looking at starting a program, building and construction, still, like I said, still has space available. We can still take someone in. We also have some space available in office technology, maybe a few spots available in advanced manufacturing. And so it's not too late to go ahead and sign up. And you can just go to tcatnashville.edu and complete your application. There's no application fee, and just select the Portland campus.
So anything else you want to enlighten us on the program there, Tim, about what you've got going on? I know, how many students did you say you had?
At the present, a total of 12.
Okay.
I said there were some new ones that come in, out, about 4 new ones. We also have some dual enrollment from East Robertson High. Then we have one from the middle college here that comes into the program. So, and
Go ahead.
Yeah. So for building and construction, you know, there are several areas that you could look at, and Tim can elaborate on those, like carpenter helper, plumber helper, electrician helper. And then you can, you know, go through the whole program. You have a general construction diploma. So there's a lot of introductory information, knowledge, skills there that's provided. So you get a little bit, you know, you got a little bit of everything there, from electrician to plumbing to building. And so Tim can elaborate exactly on how all those work.
Yeah, it's where you come in is trimesters. It's sort of divided up into certain hours. We get certain hours there, but a carpenter's helper or whatever, then a carpenter's, once you're through, you get a diploma with about half the hours, or 1,246, I think. Could be off an hour or two there, but a carpenter, it's just fully vested in that. A carpenter's helper is about 1 trimester, which they're about 432 hours. And to get the basics down and know that. Plumbers and electricians helper. And we teach a little bit on masonry also, mixing in the concrete or the mortar and everything. We will do some concrete work, just very little, because it's cost prohibitive to try to really show them how to finish concrete, but we can do some small makeups that'll give them the basics of that. Masonry, to mix the mortar, lay a few blocks to know exactly how that is. And it's like everything, the carpenter's helper, the electrician's helper, the plumber's helper, and masonry. Once you get the basics, it's just repetition, just getting through it each and every day. It's the same thing, a little bit different. Some of the things change here and there. And the carpenter, like I tell them, the carpenter knows everything. We have been working on here at the school. I've been building a lot of temporary partitions, so we're all sort of being able to use all our computers in the computer lab, where we have 24 computers there, plus we also have 24 more in the computer technology class, so everyone can use every computer. We built some partitions to go in between it, which gives you the idea of cutting miters. It's almost like installing a window or something. So it's a lot of varied stuff with something different there in partitions in other classrooms. So with everything going on, we try to keep everybody safe, even because we all have our masks, we wear them, but every once in a while you'll forget to, and if we've got partitions in certain areas. So
Well, I know when I came, I think you were working on some of those, and there was a lot of that going on. It is great that you have a facility that could help make that your facility safer with the plexiglass and the glass in between for each person. The COVID has changed a lot of the ways we do things, and improvising has been a key. But with your students, them being able to repetitively build that same product, I'm sure that has been very helpful as well.
yeah, it lets them understand that if you're going to make certain things, it's a cookie cutter process, and you can roll this out. It's better to cut a lot of pieces a little bit larger, then you can make sure everything works. Then you cut it to the final length. You try to teach them measure twice, cut once, and after 2 or 3 times, they have to scratch their head and go back. They finally understand. But yes, to on that effect, to just be able to work on something and get it down, to see a little frustration because they don't get it right, and then all of a sudden you work it out, and it's like, hey, it's like, okay, there you go. There's a different way to do everything.
Well, I grew up on a farm, and we built a lot of barns. We built a lot of stalls for the cows and different things, fencing. So we were always doing that was always my dad's motto too, measure twice, cut once, and you can always make it shorter. You can never make it longer. So I definitely understand that. And it is amazing to me that to watch the process of building, whether it's um, a house. I've built a couple of houses. No, let me take that back. I've had a couple of houses built. I didn't build them. And so in watching how it all comes together, it is amazing that they can build those walls. And there are so many things that are very important, making sure there's room and square, and making sure that the things are even. I'm in an old building here. It was built in 1905, I believe. And so my floor, if you sit on one side, it's hardwood, so it'll lean and I'll roll to the other side of the room. So hopefully when you build a new building, you don't have any of that roll into the other side of the room.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and that's just part of building. There's some good old buildings that have been, and they have their character.
They do. There's a lot of settling.
That's it. And I've told the boys a lot. I've done some restorations or whatever, and I said, if it's a little bit out and you start the restoration, it has to remain that way. But why? I said, I know you have to work with it.
Yeah, that's right. When it's been standing this long, it's going to be standing, but you just tweaks it a little bit when the building settles and things change. So, but no, we do. I think that you also work with businesses. So if there's a business here that is in construction that has somebody, they just want to send them and get them a little bit more training so that they can come out. You guys will work with them on teaching whatever skills they're interested in teaching as well. Is that correct?
Right. We can try to build a little course of what they need, something like that. It's like everything. It's the problem solving. If you got a problem, it's the building. A lot of times I can help. Sometimes I can't. But if you need to work at something, tweak the bugs out, we can work on that for them too.
Well, again, everybody needs to go out and look at TCAT Nashville and the Portland campus. It'll show all the programs that they have. If you're looking for a new career or you're looking for something else that you want to explore and maybe just get another talent, they're there to help you out. And what is the phone number there?
You can reach us at 615-325-5575 and go to tcatnashville.edu.
All right. Well, we do appreciate you guys sharing with us. We appreciate you working and helping us with that pumpkin tower. Everybody get ready to come out and look at that for October 10th. I think TCAT may be there with some representatives too. They'll be set up and be able to answer any questions that you may have about their programs that they have going on as well.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right. Y'all have a great afternoon and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.